Hello, my name is Evan Hayward, and I'm going to be talking to you about prehistoric cave art. If you were suddenly stripped of all your modern belongings and only had the tools of early mankind, what story would you leave behind? What images would you preserve for future generations through art? Today, I'll be talking about the discovery of the oldest cave art in the world in Indonesia, the team that discovered it and their journey, what was discovered and the methods the team used to study it, what were their conclusions that make it such a groundbreaking discovery. So, where was the discovery and how did they get there? A team of researchers and nature guides set out in the Simbang sub-district in search of ancient art. The journey took them through dense jungle and rolling hills. They traveled 84 kilometers until they arrived at the Kamaparang Hill, the site of our discovery. Oki Amarula, a cultural heritage guard, who had been tasked with joining the scientists as a guide and protector of any artifacts found, noticed a few red brush strokes at the opening of a cave. You might be wondering what happened once they discovered this evidence of human activity. This discovery, like so many of the most important cave art discoveries, was a mixture of luck and individual determination. Unable to scale the wall, they searched around the forest floor until they found an air current and, through a break in some tree roots, squeezed through to enter the tunnels that led to the caverns. Once the team was able to enter the cave, they found a variety of paintings, shells, and arrowheads, and even human remains. The artwork they discovered was fascinating. At first glance, the artwork was so faded you can barely make out what's going on in the scene. The piece of art is in two chronological sections. The first show three humans surrounding a pig, perhaps indicating a type of hunting method. The second image is much more mysterious. The pig is in the center of the image, but its mouth is open, and two of the humans are on either end of it, interacting with it. Above it is a human-like figure, without any legs, holding some sort of tool or instrument that may represent a cultural or religious instrument. It also shows the human figures using nets, arrows, hunting sticks to corral the animal. This reveals that these people had sophisticated methods of hunting their prey. So, what were the methods that they used to date these artifacts and paintings? Carbon dating is one form used to determine the age of a piece of artwork. All living things absorb carbon from our atmosphere when they're alive. When a plant or creature dies, it stops absorbing carbon, specifically carbon 14. This version of carbon breaks down at a standardized rate, and by examining a piece of charcoal, beeswax, or bone and getting a carbon count from it, they can determine how long the object has been losing carbon and determine its age. Laser mapping and X-ray photography are also used to identify and enhance images. Through the use of color saturation, the researchers can highlight barely visible faded images by creating a contrast with the rock surface and revealing faded imagery. This discovery wouldn't have been possible without these research tools. Previous dating techniques employed a boring tool to extract a sliver of the artwork and rock face for examination. But this is less accurate because microscopic pits in the material can collect other bits of sediment over time, which have a different lifespan than the artwork itself and can mislead scientists' data collection. This year, however, our group of scientists were unconvinced of its age, initially believed to be 43,000 years old. So they employed laser methods that scanned the entire piece and found it was 51 to 53,000 years old. That is a massive expanse of time for this human culture. This new dating technique places this piece as the oldest narrative cave art in the world. The art is categorized as narrative. Why does its narrative quality matter? And what does that artwork tell us about these early humans? The artwork discovered is a series of images that convey a story in chronological order. And while we don't know its exact message, its structure is the earliest example of storytelling. The fact that it is a narrative piece of art is significant because oral traditions are a way to pass on knowledge. For the people that made this was a piece of art that didn't require a speaker, giving its information an indefinite lifespan. In conclusion, this discovery upended the timeline of prehistoric art by thousands of years and changes our perspective on the cognitive abilities of early humans. The team that discovered it went to great lengths to reach remote areas of the jungle and put their lives at risk entering unmapped cave systems. They used a combination of high tech scientific methods to date this artwork, redefining its age and giving us greater insight into its meaning. The series of images are the oldest known example of storytelling and revealed that these early humans had a rich culture that they attempted to preserve through this artwork. This discovery makes me ruminate on what I value in our culture today and what stories I want to survive within my own family, and how fortunate we are to have such advanced methods to preserve our own experience in life. Thank you for spending time with me learning about this ancient cave art discovery. I'd now like to take any questions that you have about this speech. Thank you.